Hello everybody and welcome to another video. It's me, Dave Oyaga, and today we are going to be making a Ventoy USB drive. Ventoy is basically a Swiss Army knife of a USB drive that allows you to use a UI interface by booting from it and using it to install a collection of ISOs that you've saved to the USB drive. Instead of just saving one ISO using a startup like Windows 10 to a USB drive, you can store multiple ISOs on the USB drive. It's actually pretty useful. So that's what we're going to be doing today. For today's video, we are going to be using a 128 gigabyte 3.2 gen USB drive, and it's formatted in the exFAT format. And if you have something below 32 gigabytes, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to use FAT32, but Ventoy has such a large support that any should work, even NTFS. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to plug in the USB drive into our device, and now that it's plugged in, we can see that File Manager has automatically detected it, and it is running smoothly. Now be aware that when you are doing this, the USB drive will be formatted in the process. So if you have any important files on the USB drive, make sure to siphon them out onto a folder on one of your other drives that are permanent. For instance, my main hard drive here, you would take the files that you do not want to be deleted in the Ventoy process and move them over to here. That out of the way, let's get straight into it. So we're going to open up our browser and we are going to search up for the Ventoy website. Now this might change a bit if you're on a different operating system. For example, I'm on Windows 10 right now. So for instance, if you're on Linux or Mac, I'm pretty sure this supports Mac, it might change. So we're on the Ventoy and we're going to go over to downloads, and we can see that we have a live CD ISO, Linux tar, and windows.zip. Now we're going to go for windows.zip, and we're going to download the latest version from here. And that's what you would do. You would click this windows.zip and it will automatically install for you. Now I've already done that. Links will be down below for Ventoy's website. And we're going to go over to our file manager. Now that's downloaded, we can see that the Ventoy zip folder is right here. Now, what you're not going to do, you're not going to move this over to the new volume. What you're instead going to do is that you're going to want to extract the folder to a different drive, because what this is going to do is that it's going to install the stuff inside of here, is going to install things using a UI onto here. So that would be the next step. So we're going to want to extract all the packages over to another folder. So for instance, I've created a temp folder on my Omega hard drive so that I can extract all the files over there. So I'm just going to extract. It's going to take a bit, and it's finished. And we can see that we now have Ventoy. We're going to open it up and we're going to search for Ventoy 2 disk. That is the application that we're going to use to install Ventoy onto our USB drive. And over here it's going to say device, and this is what you're going to be installing Ventoy onto. So we can see that I have the PNY USB 3.2.1, which is the correct new volume, and it's selected. And now all we have to do is press install. It's going to tell you once again that it will be formatted and all the data on the drive will be lost. So while you still can, please move over the data. So now it's going to start installing. By the way, if you want to help contribute to the channel, first off, like and subscribe. And also check out down below in the description, I'm going to have my family's eBay site on there. So if you want to help out, buy item if you're interested in the item. Don't just buy random stuff. But if you see something cool, help us out. So now you can see that you might be a little confused right now. Why is the folder empty? Good question, and let me explain why. So we're going to go over to a application called Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions, and we're going to scroll down and we should see disk 2. So what we're seeing right here is 115.43 gigabytes of pretty much a primary partition. Now, what we don't see is a 32 megabyte fat partition that Ventoy has created that has all the things that we're not seeing that Ventoy has installed onto the system, if you're wondering. Do not delete this. So this is what we have available. So let me explain how you would use this. So over here, I'm pretty sure I have a folder called ISO comp. And what you would do is that you would siphon over one of these ISOs. So for instance, I would have, what's a pretty useful one? Arch Linux. I use Arch, by the way. And let's copy it over to Ventoy. And once this is finished, basically what you can do is that you can just remove the flash drive, put it into a computer that you want to boot Arch Linux onto, and you could have it. And you could also have Debian and Fedora and Kali Linux and all of that on the same flash drive. It's so simple, it's so easy, and congratulations, it's been installed. And it also has an update button you should use. So it is almost finished. Now, how do you get ISOs? Well, you can always navigate over to, let's say, what's a good ISO? Do I have Proxmox? Let's get Proxmox. So Proxmox is basically just another video, but it's a very cool ISO that, by the way, these are all ISO files. These are not zip files, these are ISO files, which is this little icon that you see here, disk image file. That is what we want. So yeah, you would just navigate over to the appropriate website. You can search up on YouTube or whatever, what's the best Linux or how to get Windows. You get the Windows ISO from, let's just say, Windows 11 download Windows 11, and you would look for the image ISO x64, and you would download this. For Proxmox, which I actually need, I'm going to go over to downloads, and I'm going to go over for the VE 9.0 installer, and then I would just press the download for that. Omega downloads, that is correct, and you would download it onto your system. So let's take a look at Ventoy. So we can see that we have Arch Linux over here, and now that it's finished, all you would have to do would be that you would eject the USB drive. You would plug it into a different computer, so for instance your laptop, and you would go into the BIOS, select that as your boot, and then you would boot into a menu, and boom, you have Ventoy. So yeah, that's basically it. Is this finished? No, it is not. But that's basically how you set it up, what it does, and what to look out for. So if you have any errors or anything like that, just let me know, and I should be able to help you if I have enough time on my schedule. I might be a little late, but that's just because I have school. You know how it is. So yeah, have a good day, everyone, and try out Linux. Try out a different Linux ISO. It'll do you well. So yeah, see you in the next one.